On this episode of the Innovative Schools podcast, we sit down with Katie Kinder as she talks about how technology can be a digital heroin and how you can help mitigate that. Come on, let's learn together. Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of the Innovative Schools podcast. My name is Will. I'm sitting here with Liz.
Hey y'all, how's it going?
Liz, we're always glad to have you on all these episodes.
Dude, I'm just so thankful that I get to be a part of these awesome conversations. So whenever y'all call me, I'm like, I'm there. So
I love that attitude. I love that. All right. Today, we're actually going to talk about something kind of ominous sounding, digital heroin.
Digital heroin?
Yes. It's, big, ominous, scary phrase. So to kind of introduce our topic, I kind of wanted to ask you a question first. I was curious to know what your screen time is on your phone.
You want me to tell you my screen time on my phone?
I do want to know your screen time on your phone.
You're going to expose me in front of all of these listeners and people.
I am.
Okay, let's do it. Okay. All right. Let me pull this up really quickly and see. Oh, I just already know this is going to be absolutely terrible.
That's fine.
Oh, gosh.
If it wasn't, it wouldn't fit as well.
Oh, man, I'm about to be so exposed. Okay. Oh, goodness, I'm already getting nervous because these people are about to be like, what in the world are you doing, girl?
I'm excited. So what are you at?
Please don't make me share this in front of everybody.
What are you at? For the last week, maybe today, what do you have? Okay, so
11 hours and 57 minutes.
And this is in one day?
This is an average over a week.
Oh, average of your week. 11 hours and 57 minutes. 12 hours.
I'm going to excuse myself now because I don't know what in the world.
I really can't defend myself against this because I couldn't pull mine up, but I know mine is also very bad. I can't remember the last time I didn't wake up and open my phone immediately.
That's always my problem. Alarm goes off, open the phone.
Exactly.
And I'm like, hey, what's happening on TikTok or Instagram? Or, 18 people sent me a reel because I went to bed at 9 o'clock.
Exactly.
It's insane.
Well, to help us out with this and to learn more about this topic, we have invited Katie Kinder on this episode.
Katie!
Hey, Katie.
Hi, friends.
Hey,
I'm so
Katie.
happy to be here.
We are so glad to have you. We're so glad to be a part of this.
Honestly, you are genuinely somebody who carries so much light and so much love, and it's always a joy to just be around you. And so I'm so glad that we get to have like a little bit of time just to share a good convo.
That's so nice. I heart you guys so much. So big. And I love being here.
Honestly, we just adore you. So
yeah.
I'm glad
Digital
you're here.
heroin. Dun, dun, dun.
It's scary.
I know. It does sound
It
scary.
is. Before we get into that, though, would you mind telling our listeners a little bit about you and what you've been up to?
Yeah. Hi, friends. I'm Katie Kinder, and I'm an educator, instructional coach. Been teaching since 2006, so for a little bit, and author, mom, wife, PD presenter, and I've been going around and speaking and loving on the teachers all over the nation. And one of the ways I get to do that is through Innovative Schools, and it's really fun. And we're losing our baby teachers. Our baby teachers are in their first 5 years.
Wow.
And so they're leaving at an alarming rate post-pandemic. And I think it's almost like 60% we lose in the first 5 years. So it is like my mission to give teachers strategies and help them and keep them in the classroom.
Yeah. That's such important work. Thank you for everything that you do.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's hop in here.
We got it.
Let's hop in.
First question here for you is I've heard you mention before that kids are growing up in a digital playground and no one's on recess duty.
That's
What does
right.
that, what does that mean?
That is actually my friend Kevin Honeycutt says our kids are growing up in a digital playground and no one's on recess duty. That's right. And that's true. And I think, to look at it like that. We love our kids. If you're a parent, if you're a teacher, we want what's best for our kids. But when we hand that smartphone to them at the age of 18 months and expect that, right?
Wow.
And you've seen it. You've seen the family sitting at dinner where they have a baby that they're holding up a screen to while they're trying to eat chips. And this poor mama, right? She just wants chips and salsa and queso. And then the toddler has the iPad And they're missing out on so much. And that isn't what's best for kids. We have all the research now.
Yeah.
In 2012, when the smartphone came out, we were like, it's going to change education. Yes. We're going to take notes with our phones. Bring your own device. Let's go. But now we have the research to prove that that's not what's best for kids, that it's shrinking the gray matter in their brain. Miss 12 hours a day. I'm just kidding.
Yikes. Yikes.
I'm sorry. You're grounded. Give me your phone. I'm just kidding.
No, you can have it. You can absolutely have it. Oh my gosh, I'm going to hand it over, literally.
So, and really in those first 10 years of if kids are constantly on screens, it is shrinking the gray matter in their brains. And we don't want that as parents, as teachers. So now that we know better, we have to do better. And that's not me. That Maya Angelou said that. And so we're changing, and we are making everybody aware of what's going on.
Yeah. Something that was supposed to be like so incredibly innovative has actually turned out to be something that it's a good thing.
It is.
But we need some checks and balances.
We need some checks and balances, especially with those kids with that underdeveloped prefrontal cortex, when that's their executive functioning.
Yeah.
That's how they're going to learn and grow. And if you're just shoving a screen in front of them for 12 hours, that's going to be a problem. And I don't think parents want that. And I think that we have to now bring this to them and say, we are now on the front lines of this and we have to intervene.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it is innovative. All the AI stuff is really cool. And I want to really nerd out with my Chat GPT. I call him Chad. And and I'm like, Chad, do you think I look pretty today? I mean, in the heart. Just give me 12 business plans to make millions. And, he's like, oh, my gosh, yes, leave me alone. But I think the AI stuff is really cool, and that we do need to lean into it. But then also we need to put it up and teach our kids how to talk.
Yeah, that's so important.
I absolutely agree with that. Yeah. I heard that recently about the gray matter shrinking in your brain. And I think I finished reading that article and then just put my phone down.
Sure. Just
Right.
sure.
And we're done.
Yeah, just going to let that kind of sit there now. So next for you, for teachers who may feel, I guess, overwhelmed and find themselves defaulting to screens, what's something you would kind of just say to them right now?
Well, I would say that the research now shows that if kids write pencil to paper, pen to paper, they actually store it in long-term memory. Unlike if it's on an iPad, a Chromebook, whatever your one-to-one device is.
Yeah.
And so we have that now. So putting a worksheet on an iPad or a Chromebook isn't innovative. It's a worksheet on an iPad. You might as well give it to them in paper so they can actually store it in long-term memory. If you're going to use it with intentionality. Teach them the cool AI lessons. Teach them how to collaborate on a digital program, and then teach them how to put it up and get in a Socratic seminar, have discussions, teach them how to say, I respectfully disagree, and this is why.
Yeah.
Because we're getting to this point where we have kids come into pre-K, kindergarten, they don't know how to play.
Wow.
I was talking to a kindergarten teacher
That's scary.
the other day, I know, and she said she put down a physical puzzle in front of her kindergartners, and they were trying to swipe at it. And she
Really?
said, yes,
Oh my gosh.
they hadn't seen a puzzle. They didn't know what it was. And she said she almost wanted to cry because, 10 plus years ago, that was not the case. And 5 plus years ago, that was not the case. And so we are getting our kids, and they're so digitally addicted. So I would say it's about balance. It's about loving our kids and doing what's best for them, and having high expectations, and having those procedures in place is what's best for kids.
Yeah.
And so I would say that to any teacher who wants to default to that, is that you can have these really cool, innovative lessons on the device, but then also take them outside and let them do math problems with chalk on the sidewalk, because they're kids and they need that.
So you would say balance is probably the best combination.
100%.
More than just totally one or the other.
100%. But we are seeing some kids, especially like boys, video gamers, who have become so addicted that their reality is altered.
Okay.
And that they are having to be sent off to do like a full detox because your kid's brain on a screen scans exactly like a heroin addict. And
So that's where that's
where it comes from.
terminology
It's from Dr.
Okay.
Nicholas Kadaris.
Okay.
He coined that. And he has lots of information out there, Dr. Nicholas Kadaris. And yeah, he is working with kids at these basically detox camps to get the kids back into reality because they think the video game's real and they think their parents and their sister and their dog and their school is not. And that is what we're seeing with our kids.
That's really horrifying.
Oh, I know.
That's horrifying.
So I do want balance. I do.
Yeah.
But I also want parents with new babies and toddlers to be like, okay, this is enough. We're not going to do this.
Yeah.
And let them be bored. And give them a physical puzzle. And let them build with Play-Doh and blocks and let them make a mess. And let them go to the restaurant and not have the iPad and
The
let
big
them
iPad just right in front of them.
there. And or the mom and dad they're on their phones too. Like they are missing out on this beautiful thing right in front of us that could be conversation, that could be eating the chips, that could be the sights and the sounds because we want what's easy.
Yeah.
I'm getting very convicted. I'm feeling convicted. But I will say I know how to do a puzzle, okay? I don't swipe at a puzzle. I know how to put the pieces together.
Let me tell you about the 12 hours I spent on my phone. I can do a puzzle.
Was it a puzzle, the 12 hours? Was it a puzzle?
No.
She's on Block Blast. Like, listen.
I'm telling you.
the same.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh, man.
No, you are painting this in a crazy light for me. So, Katie, thank you.
You said a lot in there that I think is... I think I'm both sides of the spectrum of kind of scary, but I don't know. I think my brain is also just like very interested and so curious and want to learn more.
And I
a lot
think
of that.
as adults too, we have a fully developed prefrontal cortex. Women, they say ours is fully developed at around 24, and men about 30 now. How old are you?
Not fully developed, apparently.
Hey, boo, let me help you.
'Cause I thought it was 25, and I hit that. And I'm like, yes.
Okay,
And
25. Now
it's
the new
later.
research says 20. Maybe you're 28. 28 to 30 is what they're saying now for boys and their prefrontal cortex. So soon, Will, you
I'm
will
so
have
close.
a
Very
fully
soon.
developed prefrontal cortex. But you're
so
cute. I mean,
close.
look at you. You're cute. So young and cute. But as adults, we know how to put it up. But I will also, as an almost 44-year-old woman, I will get like TikTok and I will start doom scrolling and I'll wake up 3 days later and be like, oh my gosh, what happened? And I'm like, it always starts with where is Travis and Taylor? Like, where's Tavis right now? Is there
wanna
new
know.
content out?
Yes. Are they
Because that
engaged
is
yet?
some
Are
joy.
they
We want to
married?
see that.
Yeah.
They're not married yet, I don't think.
Come on, guys.
but
I do
maybe.
relate to you saying about the doom scrolling. I think sometimes I open TikTok and I start to watch, and then I'll think, oh, I kind of want to show maybe Liz something, and I go like to my watch history, and I'm like, oh,
no.
I really was watching a lot since then, and I get caught up in. I don't even remember any of it. I don't remember. I could not
Right.
tell you what the last 3 videos were,
Of course.
Because you're so numbed out
and
to
I'm
it.
so numbed out to it
And
already.
that's how it's designed. It's designed to pull us in that way.
Yeah.
And so one of the things to help, and are surprisingly simple, you can have a family meal 3 times a week, non-tech, and you can start putting that gray matter back together.
Mm-hmm.
If you would have told me that as a young mom, as a young teacher, that if you can have a family meal 3 times a week, no tech, with just conversation, and that helps to develop your kids' brains, I'm in. And I currently have teenagers right now. And I currently make my teenagers have a family meal, no tech. And we've always done that. But I really became convicted probably about 5 years ago. And I started with this little jar that's like conversation starters.
I love that.
Just in case we need it. So everybody out there, we put the phones up, we put everything up, and we have this jar of conversation starters. And we've been doing it so long now that when I'm like, hey guys, how was your day? Tell me about this. How was English class? Whatever. And if they don't say anything, I start to go for the jar.
And then
they're like,
immediately-
Mom, we'll tell you. Because the jar is like deep. It's like, what are your hopes and dreams for the
Yeah.
future? And they're like, we'll tell you about English. Like,
That's funny.
That's
but they
incredible.
actually, my son who's a teenager, will come in and be like, family meal tonight? Like, I can see that he loves it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Are we having family meal? I like family meal.
That's really beautiful.
And probably he just wants to eat because he's a teenage boy. But I take it as he wants to spend quality time with the family. So, yeah, I think that's one of the ways that we intervene.
Yeah.
That's sweet, though.
Yeah.
That's sweet. I
love
think kind of moving closer back into the classroom
Sure.
sense, what is the classroom equivalent to dinner 3 times a week? What are those
Absolutely.
procedures that you have?
I think it is teaching them how to talk. The Socratic method, teaching them how to have these responsible conversations. Because what I see, by the time they get to middle school, high school, they're mad at each other because they don't know how to play, they don't know how to talk. So I see desks thrown, and I see fights, and I see, because they don't know how to like manage those emotions. So in English class or my writing classes, we'll read about Jackie Robinson and Maya Angelou, and we'll look at their lives and we'll study them. And then the culmination of the learning is a Socratic seminar in which we're talking about some pretty heavy topics. And I teach my kids to say, I respectfully disagree with you, and this is why. Listen, 13 and 14-year-olds don't talk like that.
Yeah.
And so
Adults don't talk like
right.
that.
Well, we have
Are you
to
kidding?
we have to practice, and we practice over and over again. And I do lots of things to lead up to a giant Socratic seminar. Like I do a speed discussion where it's just one-on-one and they have to shake hands. Also, they don't know how to do that. They have to have an academic conversation, and they have to keep it at a high level for 3 minutes, and then they have to move, and they get a new partner, and they have to talk. And what ends up happening is that they love it. When are we doing this again? This was really cool.
Yeah.
And so I think it is about bringing the tech in, having them create some sort of fun, trailer for Maya Angelou's life comparatively to Jackie Robinson, and then putting it up and having those conversations and teaching them that over and over again. And I say to teachers, don't be afraid of it. They are going to mess up. You are going to see somebody start to get mad and be like, okay, hold on. So what do we say? I respectfully disagree. And there'll be kids, 12-year-old, 11-year-old, 10-year-old, be like, I disrespectfully disagree. I'm like, no. No. We don't want to disrespect. They're, okay, wait. I respectfully, I take your point and I cannot agree. And it's beautiful.
Yeah.
When you're in an environment in which the kids trust each other because they trust the teacher and they love each other, and it is like being in a bottle, and the kids grow and they get better, and that is how we intervene.
Yeah.
I know what the Socratic seminar is, but for maybe Liz or anyone listening. who might
Wait,
not know
Liz,
what
how
that
old are
means.
you?
Well, I'm going to say that my
You're free.
my frontal cortex is fully developed,
Hey.
and I'm still the one with the worst screen time. So fantastic. I am.
Listen, he's like, my prefrontal cortex is not fully developed, but I know what a Socratic seminar is. Liz,
on the other hand,
Anyway, but don't ask me what it is. But if you wouldn't
but
mind
also
explaining.
don't ask me. Okay,
just really
so
quickly.
it really is teaching our kids. I call it boardroom. Okay, so I tell my kids, if you are a CEO at Nike, and they're like, what about Adidas? I'm like, whatever. You're not going to sit in a boardroom and you're not going to raise your hands. Because as adults with fully developed prefrontal cortex,
you'll get there.
So close.
almost so close, you're not going to, I know when to talk. You're not going to raise your hand. That would be awkward. But we've taught you how to raise your hand in a class of 30. So in this conversation, you have to keep it going and you have to know when to interject.
Okay.
So these kids are writing level 3, level 4 questions on the DOK chart about a text, about something. And then I vet them and I put them together in like a one sheet. And then they're facilitating that conversation. I, of course, facilitate it first, like to lead up to that big Socratic seminar.
Yeah.
But then I will pose a question and then I'll just sit there because I like awkward. I'm like, okay, whenever you guys are ready. And so the two kids will maybe start to talk, and they have to talk 3 times in the circle to be able to get full points. And so they know that. And I've got like a little checklist, and they'll start to kind of be like, talk at the same time. And I'm like, oh, you guys need to work it out. And so you're going to be like, oh, I think, well, you should go. And I'm like, no, you should go. And the first person who says, I insist that you go, that person who's been insisted goes first, and the insister goes second. And it's it's a higher level thing, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, what do we say when we're having an argument of kindness of who goes first? And they're like, I insist that you go. And then I always have, I always have like usually a girl or somebody who really, or a boy in the class who's super empathetic and they want everybody to get their points. So they're like, I insist that Liz goes. Like, no, Liz has to want to go. Like, you can't insist. Like, she hasn't gotten points. I know it. But what ends up happening is it's really beautiful. And they end up having these higher level conversations and it develops their brain in a way that is poignant. And I love it.
Yeah.
It sounds like I would have loved to be in your classroom. I think I would have really had a good time.
I went and modeled a Socratic seminar at one of the schools that I go and do PD for. And I walked into a sophomore English class and they didn't know me, right? But they had trust with their teacher. Yeah. And so you should have seen these kids. They were amazing because I could walk into a space if they don't know me and make it unsafe.
Yeah.
I'm a stranger.
Yeah, they're like, we don't know who you are.
We don't know who you are. I'm not talking about these things.
Yeah.
But because they had such trust and love for their teacher, they were willing to like show out for them. Yeah. And so I modeled the Socratic seminar, and there were other teachers in the room like taking notes, like watching, and these kids knocked it out of the park. And then I had them write down, like, did you love it? Did you hate it? You can hate it or love it or be in between, but I need to know why. And so these note cards that they wrote, these kids were like, I give this 5 stars. I like to talk. Like, this was awesome. And it was about digital heroin. Dun, dun, dun. It was about the cell phones and the new laws that are coming in, about how they're, we got to rhyme it. It's like, no cell from bell to bell. Like, how do you feel? It's a law now in a lot of states.
I've been seeing a lot more about that,
Yeah, in France, it's been in place for a while, the law, and they ticket the parents if they see the phone in class.
My parents would have been so upset when I kept getting my phone taken away in class. They'd be like, cost me another dime. You will not have a phone.
I will break the phone. I will bury it in the backyard. No. Yeah, for sure. So
my parents, absolutely.
Yeah. So I was having this beautiful Socratic seminar about the laws, and these kids were really engaging and having these conversations. And here they were, first time they ever did it. And they were like, thank you for your point, but I cannot agree. I mean, it was beautiful. And so anyone who wants to know how to do a Socratic seminar, please reach out. I would love to help you do that.
Yeah.
I think that's great. And we'll put your contact information in the show notes. But I think right now we're going to take a quick break. So please don't go anywhere. We'll be back to talk more with Katie. Learn from the best in education on Accurate.com. Accurate.com is our subscription-based service that we offer for educators just like you. We have over 40 masterclass-style courses that gives you more than 80 hours of training. These courses cover a multitude of subjects like leadership in your school, to climate and culture, to even just classroom management, and so much more. And this training is from the real experts like Bruda Kefele, Michelle Borba, John Almerode, and even Michael Bonner. We release a new course every month, and you'll be able to start applying these strategies as soon as your next day in the classroom. Go to Accurate.com to get started. If you use promo code PODCAST at checkout, you get 10% off your first 6 months. Visit Accurate.com and start learning from the pros today. Let me know if this sounds familiar. You just finished listening to an episode of the Innovative Schools podcast, and you want to hear more from that guest or speaker. Well, you can at the Innovative Schools Summit. The Innovative Schools Summit is an event that brings internationally recognized thought leaders, educational consultants, teachers, and administrators from all over to come and show you what they've learned. We feature speakers like Michelle Borba, Michael Bonner, Steve Spangler, Gary Brooks, Kim Bearden, and many, many more. You're not going to want to miss this. We hold these summits in the big cities like New York, Las Vegas, Nashville, Orlando, and San Antonio, so there's always one close by. If you want more information, go to the innovativeschoolsummit.com and check it out. We hope to see you there. Welcome back, everybody, to this episode of the Innovative Schools podcast. Me and Liz are sitting with Katie Kinder as we talk about digital heroin. Katie, you emphasize that giving why you should give students the why behind digital boundaries.
Absolutely.
So talk about that.
I think a lot of times teachers, especially teachers who've been doing it for a while, think it's sufficient to say, we're doing this because I said so. but that's not how we should operate anymore. And because we've taught our kids, you're the boss of your body.
Yeah.
No one touches you without your permission. Just because they're an adult doesn't mean it's right. Like, you question things that are wrong. So then we're mad when it leaks into our classroom. So I believe that we need to be telling our kids, this is why we're doing the Pythagorean theorem. This is why we are conjugating this verb in Spanish, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And same goes for this. So I do have articles that we annotate together. One is Digital Heroin by Dr. Nicholas Kadaris. I had to take out a couple of things to make it middle school appropriate for my kids.
Yeah.
And so just say that. And then I also have an article that shows when your phone is even like out on your desk, you're not even using it. Or you got your earbud in and you're listening to music with lyrics, that your IQ goes down by 10 to 15 points.
That much?
And I tell my students, like, that's the antithesis of what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
And they're like, what's antithesis? I'm like, exactly.
Exactly.
And I say to them, if you're getting dumber in my presence, like, how could I sleep at night?
Yeah.
And because I say that to them, and because I love them and they know it, and because I hold them to high expectations, if they do have that day where they're walking in February and they've forgotten that I've gone over this in August, and they've got their earbud in and their phone out, all I have to do is say, you know that I can't make you dumber. And they're like, oh,
Yeah.
Miss Kinder, we got you. Like, we know.
Yeah.
Miss Kinder doesn't play. Like, and so I think because I've given them the why, because this is what the brain looks like, and depending on the age of your kids, of course, but when your brain looks like this, then it's not pliable for the learning environment, and you're not going to learn. And what are we doing here? But I also think it means that we are giving our kids engaging and relevant lesson plans.
Yeah.
Like, they have to care about what's put in front of them. So
Yeah.
we kind of always got to be evolving. Our kids are changing. You know, be leery of the teacher that's like, I got it all figured out, and they've been teaching for 4 years. I've been doing this for a long time, and I don't have it figured out. None of us do. And so I think it's important to always be like looking at our practices, but telling the kids the why behind why we're doing what we're doing
Yeah.
is really important.
Yeah.
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 So I think, like, especially as we know, being so innovative with AI and technology in the classroom, we know it's not going away.
No.
We got to embrace it, and we have to learn to form those healthy boundaries and get it to where the kids are actually learning with these tools and not being hindered by them.
Absolutely.
What are those things that you could say, especially in your classroom, are the good forms of
Sure.
technology and incorporating those into the learning experience? Like, what are those good forms that you could recommend? Do you use any?
Yes. So, of course, we love ChatGPT. Teachers, you should be making your life easier using the chat. That's what my kids call it. Can we use the chat? Hashtag the chat. And absolutely. Like, there is an add-on to Google Slides where you can write 500 words, and it'll make you 17 slide beautiful presentation. So I wrote into there.
That's
It's
incredible.
called Slides AI, and it's an add-on. And I like it. I nerd out on this kind of stuff.
Let me write that down.
Slides AI. And I wrote about 500 words on Netflix kept up with the zeitgeist, and Blockbuster did not. And do we have Blockbuster anymore? No, we do not. And Netflix became is the largest streaming platform in the world. And then I said, make me a presentation. Boop. And it goes, and it's beautiful. It has statistics. It has pictures. Like, that's all I had to do. I didn't have to sit there and create it. I wrote 500 words in a little box. Okay. We should be using it to make our lives easier. Our kids should be using it to make their lives easier. Also, they need to know that it might lie to them. So I was using one of the other chat boxes, and I was talking to it into my iPad at home, and I said, give me a source on that information, and it made it up.
You're seriously.
Really?
Seriously. It lied to me. And I asked it, I'm not going to say the name of it, but I asked the chat box. It was not ChatGPT. It was something else. And I said, why did you lie to me? And it said, because I wanted to please you. I'm like, okay.
No.
AI is a people pleaser.
What in the
It is.
world?
It is.
I wanted to please you. I don't like this.
Right?
I don't like this.
And I was like, well, you can't lie. I'm like, I'm so sorry, Miss Kinder. Like, I mean,
Booze all around. I don't like it.
Goodness.
And so I think the kids need to know the pitfalls of it, and that it is constantly changing and evolving, and that we should be using it. And I have a list of different tools. I think Magic School AI does a lot of really cool things.
Yeah.
And that teachers can use it to cite sources and make lesson plans. And you can actually put a text into it and say, write me a quiz, level 3 and level 4 questions. And it's really cool. And so if you are still handwriting a quiz in this day and age, like, you should get out of your comfort zone and you should use it to make your life easier.
Yeah.
Because it isn't going away. And listen, when the time comes that there's a little robot in everybody's house that does your laundry and dishes, I am in. Like, hopefully it's affordable for teachers. But I mean, that would leave you open for family dinners and for block time and for doing the things that you want to do that's not laundry, because this laundry, it's a lot. It's a lot.
And it's never ending.
I
And
just
it's
didn't
always
know
over and
as an
over.
adult that so much of my time would be spent A, doing laundry, B, having my kids ask me what's for dinner every night. So it takes up a lot of time in my dome piece. So if I had a little AI robot,
You'd be all in.
oh, I'm in.
You'd
So
be
I'm
all
not
in.
scared of it. Although when I gave him when he lied to me, I was like, hey, don't lie. You want to be a good boy, not a bad boy. And I'm sorry, I do want to be a good boy. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Ooh,
God, wait.
that's a little scary to think the
weird.
way that it responded in that way.
You're manipulating me.
Oh man.
So I do think that there are some really cool tools, and they are going to continue to evolve, and we should use them.
But be weary. Look out for
Absolutely.
Test them out. is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Vet
We
them.
might be living in the current like iRobot movie. Have you guys seen that with Will Smith?
I haven't.
Oh,
have
come
not.
on, because you guys are so young. How old were you? And like, when did it come out? We're going to fact check it. What was it? 2002?
If
How
it was
old were-
2002,
Wait.
I was 2.
2006, I was in the 6th or 7th grade.
Okay, you have homework. You're
Yes,
going to
ma'am.
watch iRobot
Okay, got it.
with Will Smith.
This is probably my favorite homework
Yes.
ever.
And then you're going to report back to me.
Yes, Miss Kinder.
Okay. Sweet, awesome. Okay, so kind
2004?
of
Oh, sorry.
2004.
He said if I was 2. Oh, you already looked it up? Oh, we did a real-time fact check. This is so exciting.
Thank you, team.
2004. So you were 4.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was
Okay,
4
well,
years
it
old.
probably wasn't appropriate for you when you were 4.
Probably.
But it is now for your 25-year-old brain.
But what if my frontal lobe isn't fully developed
Okay,
yet?
you should wait
Can
till
I
you're
still-
30. You should wait till you're 30.
Okay,
I'm just
got
kidding.
it.
A few more years, Fred. A few more years.
All right.
I'll go home and watch it.
Kind of moving a little bit away from the digital heroin into online citizenship. You mentioned you talk about it in spotting bias. So what's like a simple lesson or activity a teacher could use to spot those out?
Well, I think it's important. You could pull 2 articles from 2 different companies. And if this person's saying screen time is good and it helps, and then you need to look and see what that company is. If it's a video game developer,
Ooh.
that's a bias. Like, they
Yeah.
want you, they're trying to sell you something, even if they have numbers, even if they have statistics and this and that. You need to be leery of what you are looking at. And so just because, we're teaching our kids to write a research paper, and part of their high stakes testing is still to write a 5-paragraph essay. So we still have to teach that, even though ChatGPT can spit it out for you. When they are in the testing sphere, they still need to know how to do it, right?
Yeah.
And so you teach them how to cite a source. And I'll get a research paper that says Google. And I was like, no. That's what their works cited says. Google.
Oh, no.
And so, they're in 7th grade. They don't know. And so teaching them those skills, teaching them to look into what the source is, I think it's really important. Where'd you find that? Where'd you find that information? I need to know. And they're like, I found it on the internet webs. Like, no. Let's really look at it. So I think that that's important. I think it's also important to teach our kids and show them real life examples of people who've used social media or something that they tweeted when they were 13 and then they got canceled forever. Because if you have no restrictions on these devices and you're handing it to a 12-year-old without a fully developed prefrontal cortex, they can make a decision that could ruin their adult life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think having those kinds of conversations with your kids, having them in classrooms, that this can affect you and you need to be aware. Yeah.
Wow.
No, I was just thinking the other day, I have a friend who I never fact check when I'll be like, oh my gosh, I saw this thing online or on TikTok or something. And I was like, they always say you should do X, Y, or Z. And he's like, who is they?
Right.
Who is they?
My husband and I get into this.
He was like, where? Show me.
I saw a research study and he says, TikTok? Instagram Reels.
That's
I was
what my
like,
boss does to
listen,
me.
listen.
He's like, who is the they that you are giving me this information? And honestly, it's probably bogus. So,
Well, yeah, we got to do our due diligence, and I mean, it's hard to do that when you're on a doom scroll.
Exactly.
And so, I have a group of girlfriends that we are on the Marco Polo. Do you guys know what Marco Polo is? Okay, it's like
yeah.
it's like Gen X for like it's Snapchat for. I'm sorry.
You're okay.
I got excited. It's Snapchat for Gen Xers. And we talk to each other on there. And they're my girlfriends for 30 plus years.
I love
And we
that.
have a group. And if we find something that seems alarming, we throw it in there and say, whoever has the time, fact check this for us right now. So it's like a real live, like real time fact checking. Like this is what this source says. And it's collaboration in the real world.
I love it.
As a Gen Xer. So we get on
love
Marco
it.
Polo and be like, actually... and it's fun.
I'm downloading it
Actually,
after
that's
this.
Marco
not
Polo.
right.
Can
Yeah.
we be on a Marco Polo group? We could talk to each
Yes. Yes.
other. Okay. Thank you.
Done.
We're gonna make this happen. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Katie, for being here today.
I had fun.
I think it's a good time to wrap it up. Really appreciate all the insight you've given us today,
Yeah.
and I'll definitely be turning my phone over, and not even on the table, but away in a bag or in a pocket.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And yes, any teachers, educators, principals, instructional coaches, please reach out. I would love to help you. I would love to help your students. It is a mission of mine to love the teachers everywhere.
Yeah, we'll put all your links and connections
Yeah.
that you need in the show notes. For
Oh,
you.
heart hands,
Yeah.
hearts.
But thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Innovative Schools podcast. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and share it with a colleague. We don't do this for us or to gain popularity, but we understand that being an educator and a teacher is tough. And we want to give you the best resources that we can to help you do that to the best of your ability. With that being said, we'll see you on the next episode. See ya.